Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, man, Keith Thurman. Should he retire? Should he keep fighting? Because that fight he was in this weekend with Fundora. Now, there's no secret. I was rooting for Keith Thurman. I'll always root for Keith Thurman. I ain't going to flip up on him because he lost. But I said, man, if Fundora fights tall and he can stay disciplined, Fundora's going to win. Keith Thurman's going to have a long night. But I felt that Keith Thurman, with the lateral movement and explosiveness, he could channel that inner Mike Tyson and maybe be able to land something. Knew it wouldn't be easy. Keith Thurman is 37. A lot of inactivity. But I said if Fundora gives him opportunities, Keith Thurman can get him. But this is what happened. This was the first time that Fundora chose to fight a disciplined fight. He didn't do it with Tim Tszyu. He didn't do it with Mendoza. He didn't do it with Lubin. This is the first time he stayed disciplined. There was one moment, I think, in the fifth round where he started to get a bit aggressive, and Keith Thurman clipped him and hurt him. I think it was 2 times in that fight with Keith Thurman. It only took one shot, man, to hurt Fundora. But Keith Thurman wasn't really able to get the leverage on those shots. But just with winging the shots the way he was and being able to land, I think it was 2 that really got Fundora. They hurt him. So just imagine Keith Thurman with a 69, 68, 69-inch reach. If he had a 74-inch reach like Boots, Crawford, or a 75-inch reach like Erickson Lubin. Now you're talking additional 5, 6, 7 inches on Keith Thurman's arms. So those shots that he was jumping in with and missing, coming up short, he would have been connected to the body and upstairs. So as far as Fundora in his future, somebody who has more reach, someone like Boots, youthfulness, explosiveness, could make the fight interesting. But I'm going to tell you this. You got to put some respect on Fundora's name. He fought a disciplined fight, and that's why he won. He didn't beat Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman was 37 years old. He didn't beat Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman's coming off of inactivity. That's not why he beat him. He beat him because he finally fought the way fans have been pulling their hair out, demanding that someone like Fundora fights, and makes every fight easy. I'll be honest with you. I don't see nobody beating Fundora. Some people can make it interesting. Nobody beats him. Too tall, too much reach. You know, and Fundora's taking a little half a steps back. You know, he's doing little things now to make sure that you're not going to be able to. Hold on, let me close this door. That you're not going to be able to land on him. You know what I'm saying? Fundora owned a 96 to 26 edge and shots that were landed, and only allowed Thurman to land 3 jabs. I'll tell you what, when your jab's not landing, that's all bad, man. But the bottom line is Fundora's retained his title in style, and got Keith Thurman out in the 6th round. I don't know what's next for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman came in shape, but Fundora came in shape. And to see Fundora throwing those punches, man, hitting Thurman, and I even did videos. It's going to be the uppercut versus the hook. Fundora shooting them uppercuts, man. It was wild. 6'6", 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 KOs, 154 pounds. Just, he running a division now. Keith Thurman, 31 wins, 2 losses now, 23 KOs. I just tell you what, anyone gets in there with Fundora, if you allow Fundora to have a 96 to 26 edge and shots landed and limiting opponents across the whole fight to 3 to 10 jabs the whole fight, no, you just can't beat him that way. You got to land on him. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you this. If you land cleanly on Fundora, you can clip him. But you have to take risks. And Fundora was on point. Anything Keith Thurman did, Fundora had an answer. Keith lunged in. Fundora countered, took a half a step back. Keith lunged in and threw something and tried to retreat. Fundora's long arms, he would just throw a punch and was catching him. Keith Thurman would come in, try to exit to the left or right. Fundora's jab was finding him. His left hand was finding him. Everything Keith Thurman did, Fundora was very accurate in this fight. So, in my opinion, when that fight was stopped, for Keith Thurman to feel like, you know what, hey, the fight was just getting good, getting interesting. Fundora was just starting to really open up, and you just don't know what could have happened. Basically, Keith Thurman was saying, look, I was just getting warmed up. Fired the referee, he should have never stopped the fight. Now, I'm a Keith Thurman fan, but let me say this. I'm about to go jogging, right? But to that I say, in the most respectful way, hey, yo, Keith Thurman, hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. Nah, man, that you weren't just warming up. And the fight wasn't about to become easy. You know what I'm saying? That fight was about to become even more violent. Because when Fundora started opening up, he was throwing some hard-ass shots at Thurman. Hard shots. And I was watching it thinking, damn. It started looking like Wilder Fury. And there was another fight like that Mayweather Gotti. And there was another fight we watched recently where like, yo, the referee should stop this fight, letting this man get beat all around the ring. I can't remember which one it was I watched recently, and I was thinking, why haven't they stopped the fight? But let me show you something here. I want to show y'all something real quick, which is just a trip to me. First, it started with this.
Man, they got legalized marijuana out there. What's she smoking on, bro? Yeah, bro, Carissa Shields, I don't know. What state she from, man? They got legalized marijuana out there. What's she smoking on, bro? You know, we all saw her get dropped by her sparring partner, man. You know, it is what it is, man. She a female with an erection, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
that's Keith Thurman going at Carissa Shields. Says she's a female with an erection. Now, check this out. Which prompted, this response right here from Carissa Shields. Keith got beat so bad, the ref had to save him. Got beat the F down. I ain't never got my ass beat like that. So is it warranted what she said? Is it not? They've been going, well, she's been disrespecting all male fighters, so it ain't a matter of them going back and forth. She's been disrespecting male fighters. And Keith Thurman just got tired of her trash talk. Just unfortunate for him, Fundora clipped him. But what's crazy about it is after Keith Thurman lost to Fundora, these McNicholases out here are running with the narrative that, oh, Carissa Shields really can beat him. And anybody saying that, they're just a fucking idiot. All right, so anyway, man, from my boy Keith Thurman, people are saying he should retire. I don't think he should retire. I think he did a good job of what he had in front of him. I don't think anyone beats that guy, Fundora. Some people saying Boots can do it. Crawford should come back and do it. And let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna mess with him. Real fighters know that dude is a problem. 6'6", 81-inch reach at 154. Most of them guys, their reach is between 68 inches, 75. Well, Lubin's done, so 74-inch reach. So no matter who fights him, they're gonna have at minimum like a 6-7 inch disadvantage. And then everyone else could be up to 12 inches. Isn't that crazy? 12 fucking inches? That makes a big difference in a fight. Big, big difference. Anyway, y'all keep cool, man. I don't think Thurman should retire. Matter of fact, do I have it up here? I'm gonna show you what Keith Thurman's looking at. He got to make a decision though, because man, boy, what he went through this weekend was rough to see him get being like that. And he was trying to move. It's just the accuracy. I was very surprised at the accuracy from Fundora. But for Keith Thurman, if he decided to keep fighting, I mean, Murtazaliev is out there. Madrimov is out there. He could fight Lubin. As far as Spence ain't fighting him for sure now. But Thurman still has a big name. There are people he can fight. But I tell you what, that Conor Ben, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He ain't messing with Thurman though. But I tell you what, Keith Thurman, man, he got to fight somebody closer to his size. And fortunate for him, most of these guys are a little bit closer to his size, and they're not a nightmare like the damn Fundora. So, anyway, man, good luck to Thurman. As my opinion, that referee did the right thing. I'm a Keith Thurman fan, but to me, that referee did the right thing. He did the right thing. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.